This is the Unit 5 no calculator portion of the review. We'll start with number 1. Let's multiply 3 times a 7 to get the 21. Y to the third and y to the negative first have the same base of y, so the rule when you multiply same bases is to add exponents. So we'll do y to the 3 plus negative 1, which is the second power. 21y squared. In number 2, we have an exponent on the outside of parentheses. We can distribute the square to every term. 2 squared, x to the second squared, y squared. And the second expression over here we can just carry along. 3xy to the negative second. 2 to the second is 4. The rule for exponents for power to a power is to multiply. So x squared raised to the second is x to the fourth. Y to the first raised to the second is y to the second times 3xy to the negative second. At this point we can multiply 4 times 3, which is 12. Combine the x terms, x to the fourth times x to the first. By adding exponents, you get x to the fifth. Y to the second times y to the negative second. Adding exponents, you get y to the 0. We can simplify one more step. Y to the 0 is 1, so our answer is 12x to the fifth. Down here we have the same base. 16 is the base. Treat it as though it is a variable. We just keep the base, and since the rule when we multiply same bases, we add exponents, it's going to be 16 raised to the 1/2 power plus the 1/4 power. We can do 16. We need a common denominator. We'll make this a 4. If we make this a 4, this will become, you had to multiply 2 by 2, so the 1 times 2 is 2/4, is the same thing as 1/2. So this becomes 3/4. When you have a fractional exponent, it just means take a root and a power of the base. So in this case, we'll take the 4th root of 16, which will bring us to 2, and then we'll cube using the power of 3, so 2 to the third is 8. Over here, we have another fractional exponent, 4 to the negative 5/2. The negative exponent flips the base from the numerator to the denominator. So we can make this 1/4 to the 5/2. So again, the fractional exponent, you take the power and the root. So let's start by taking the square root of 4. So the square root of 4 is 2. 2 to the 5th. And we can do 1/2 to the 5th, which is 32. On this problem, we can't do anything in the numerator because we have different bases, so we'll copy that down, x to the 5/2 times y to the 1/2 over, at this point we can distribute the 3/2 to both of these terms, x to the 3/2, y to the 3/2. The rule when you have division is to subtract, so we'll make this x to the 5/2 minus 3/2 and y to the 1/2 minus 3/2 power. We can simplify this to 5 minus 3, which is 2/2, x to the 2/2, and then y to the negative 2 over 2. We can simplify x to the 2 over 2 to x to the first, and then since this is a negative exponent, we'll drop the y to the denominator and make it y to the first.